continuing on with the Eye of Horus, or Lucifer, we begin again with Aleister Crowley. This is his famous saying, "Do what thou wilt, under love that shall be the whole of the law." And don't be deceived by what their version of love is. It's purely a sexual type love, into sex magic and all of that stuff. So do what thou wilt, under love. And so that is his famous saying, and this is under the life of Aleister Crowley. You can see the Baphomet image. He called himself the Beast. Also, he was known as the wickedest man in the world. So you can see Jay-Z here, "Do what thou wilt," on his hoodie. And just to let you know that that wasn't Photoshop, this is the same evening, and a guy taking a picture with Jay-Z, and you can see he's got his sunglasses off, and he is seriously drunk or stoned or on drugs or possessed, or all of the above. And you can see that was on his hoodie. This is a very famous image on the internet. Now you can see the eye in the triangle. That is exactly what that is. It's the Eye of Horus, the Eye of Lucifer. You can see that. Here's Jay-Z again. This is an HP commercial in the mid-2000s. I remember that was huge. Now you see this connection between a major corporation promoting Jay-Z and promoting this triangle. In this case, also, if you see the commercial, light emanates from this triangle, which is that illumination. In addition to that, you see this OK sign, and we'll get into that later. It's not to say, okay, this is a cool design, but I'll tell you that there's way more sinister than that. So your use of these symbols in that context. So we have Warren Buffett, hanging out with Warren Buffett and Forbes, one of the richest men in the world. And of course, Jay-Z teaches him the pyramid, but he knows all about what that pyramid is, because Warren Buffett's secret management secrets, you see the use of the triangle and the eye within it. Also, you have this keyhole, and the keyhole is a reference to the key to the mystery religions, which is Luciferianism. And we'll get into that later on in the part 2. Going on with the Beatles and their cover. And you can see who the Beatles were. You saw some images of the Beatles using the Il Cornuto sign. You can see up in the corner here, it's none other than Aleister Crowley, the famous Satanist. Jay-Z now, the use of that sign, ubiquitous sign. Roca, where I believe that this particular emblem is actually 3 Vavs, which is 666. And so, but you can see that his line of clothing is Masters of the Craft, and this is in a reference to Freemasonry. You can see the handshakes here. You can see the hands and other occult symbols along with the Eye of Lucifer. There is another craft that we know of. It's called witchcraft, and there are very similar rituals in witchcraft as with Freemasonry. So you can see the compass in the square and this opposite moving up and down, and you'll see that reverse reflective symbology later. The Eye of Horus, Eye of Lucifer symbology, the double-headed eagle. We're going to get into this in Freemasonry and the understanding of where that originates. And so you see the triangle and the crown and the double-headed eagle. You can see Jay-Z with his sport coat. I believe that's Jay-Z. And then this is key. Hail Mary to the city. This is his song, Empire State of Mind. Hail Mary to the city, you're a virgin, and Jesus can't save you. Life starts when the church ends. Just to show you that this is one of the top ministers or artists or puppets for the industry, and he's telling you specifically that Jesus can't save you. I'm here to tell you that is a red flag to tell you that what the opposite of this is true, because this guy plants all of this symbology on you. And therefore, please, Jesus is the only one that said that he's God, and the only one that said that he can save you. Remember, he's exclusive to himself. I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father but by me. If that's not true, is Jay-Z telling the truth, or is he lying? He is actually praying to the phallic symbol, which is the empire state building. So that is symbolic of that. He understands also what the church age is, because in Christianity there's what's called the church age, and this is from after Jesus died, the church began. And so he understands that when the church ends, he and his religion believe that they're going to have the biggest party on the planet and live eternal life in an ultimate party. And I'm going to tell you, they have a surprise waiting for them. They are literally evil to the core. So now moving on to Led Zeppelin, you can see Jimmy Page here, a disciple of Aleister Crowley. There were many disciples of Aleister Crowley, including David Bowie, and I showed you David Bowie with that lightning bolt. And you can see here the use of the Egyptian eye. Here, OTO, Ordo Templi Orientis, and his logo. There's Jimmy Page, and of course 666. And this is Anton LaVey in a variant of this triangle. I think he puts a couple fingers down to represent the eye up above, but he's this is an image on the internet. And so we can see here, this is a puppet named Tyler the Creator. And they like to give them names that refer to themselves as gods. And you can see the Eye of Horus here. Again, you can see the eyes in the back of the head. There's money or mammon, and this demonic, this represents demonic possession. And he's wearing an Aleister Crowley t-shirt. This is a down triangle. You'll see that up triangle, down triangle symbology used. And we have, again, demonic possession, down facing or down pointing crucifix. When we have the pentacle or the pentagram, this is a Jonas brother, and you can see that he wears, this is of course the Jonas brothers. They gathered the tween generation, pre-teens, and you can see here Aleister Crowley. Kanye West and Jay-Z, best friends, using that triangle. This is the trifecta of sort of hip-hop. It's really not hip-hop anymore. It doesn't really matter, does it? It's all the same thing. Kanye West, Jay-Z, and Rihanna. And you can see here also Beyonce and the clear reference to the eye in the triangle. Moving along, Jay-Z and his wife, Beyonce. You can see here Skull and Bones, reference to secret societies. We'll see that later. Now, athletes, LeBron James, who got his national championship, and then the Scientology guru, Tom Cruise. And of course, athletes again, Kobe Bryant and his wife. Now, do not take that cross as a sign of Christianity. Here is 50 Cent, and you can see the eye in the triangle. Kanye West again, the eye in the triangle. This is Drake. I don't know who that is. Luke Fiasco, maybe. I don't think so. So anyway, you see the reference again all over the place. I think that's Lindsay Lohan. And we have one of the founders of Now, I think, or the directors. Moving along, and this is a pretty key image. We'll have this in the next section. You see the dancer with the eye in the triangle. You see the illumination around that, and you see her bending over and doing this OK sign. We'll get into that later, and it's very obvious symbolism. This is Madonna back in the day with her Illuminati triangle pyramid. And then the Nickelodeon. This is the lightning bolt. Now you can see here it's an obvious reference to Satan. And so the lightning bolt in conjunction with the eye in the triangle, the eye of Lucifer. And this is a Nickelodeon commercial around 2001. And this was the sequence of that commercial. Now, when we see people like this doing this, all it really is mass programming. They are doing the symbol. They have no clue what it is. But all you have to do is show them a dollar bill, show them those images, and they'll understand that that is the eye of Horus or the eye of Lucifer. It is a religious symbol being populated onto the planet. You know, this is the bias of religion is so amazing to me. You talk to somebody and you try to tell them about Jesus, and guess what? They say, "Oh, you know, what? Don't push your religion on me." Look at the pushing of religion on people in this case. They have no clue that they're being pushed into a religious symbol. In fact, you'll see at the end of this presentation that this is the magic that they practice. They practice the energy that is created through a symbol, and that is their magical practice. They're on stage and they show this symbol and everybody follows it, and the energy is what they gather from that, and that is their form of black magic. You can see this now, Obama in the background and people holding up this triangle. But look at the masses, and this is one of the images that I use for this presentation to show you the mass programming going on.